What's up, guys? Nightingale here, and welcome back to another update notice. Today we are hanging out here on Twitch chat. They're probably asleep because I'm on here early, but we are doing this live on Twitch. So YouTube, say hello to Twitch chat. Twitch chat, if you are here, say hello to YouTube. We're going to be covering the 126 update notice here with Chroma Dominial. Once again, we still have not confirmed which Dominial this is because we have one like for every element at this point. Alright, so please note that for this week, no maintenance will be required. Wow, it's the off week, so yeah, go figure. Alright, for number one, we have Bihu. Bihu. So, yeah, that's pretty sad when you're starting the day off with a new unit, and units are not content, but okay, let's go. So, Bihu is coming and is a Fire Ranger Capricorn. Great. Alright, so we're going to skip most all of that and start reading skills because that's the only thing that's actually important here. Alright, so Scorching Flare attacks the enemy with flames burning for 1 turn. When used on the caster turn, has a 50% chance to incinerate instead of Scorching Flame. Incinerate attacks the enemy with an explosion of flames and burns for 1 turn before detonating. Burn effects inflicted on the target at the end of the turn. The skill cannot trigger a dual attack, and you can soul burn it for 10 souls. It has a 100% chance to incinerate. Ooh, okay. Alright, and then passive increases attack and defense by 20% when attacking, cannot trigger a critical hit. Okay, so he's literally Summer Assaria, but not Summer Assaria in that aspect. Increases burn damage suffered by enemies by 30%, and skill effect does not stack with other passives of the same name. Alright. So, basically he's just getting an attack and defense bump. Alright. So the After Awakening skill of Symphony of Radiance, when with light, dispels 2 buffs from all enemies. So, self-sufficient. Alright. 2 buffs from all enemies, making them unable to be buffed for 2 turns, completely self-efficient, before increasing combat readiness of the caster by 50%. Combat readiness of all allies except for the caster by 20%. Again, completely self-efficient. Okay. So basically, they're just trying to make another Cleave Whore, and, yeah. Basically, Ricardo him, and it's over and done with. Got it. Literally another. Well, no, because they're probably going to pair it with Summer Assaria. So you're almost going to have to poly this and Selene this comp. Or actually, no, you may have to Selene. Yeah, you may have to Selene. The way you'll have to get through this is you're going to have to use, like, Selene and Ricardo. Okay. Alright. I mean, another trash cleave unit, but cool. New artifact, Sphere of Inferno. So, max, after using a non-attack skill, increases... yeah, so 100% Selene is into this. After using a non-attack skill, increases combat readiness of the caster by 20%, and after the next attack, burns the target for 2 turns. Yeah, you'll never see that, because he's going to end up being a book holder. Side story, so the weight of freedom and responsibility. So Bihu's side story will be available from 126. Oh! They're changing completely how this works. Whoa. This is new. I don't know if I like this. Okay, so here's what's going on. In order for somebody to get the side story, you now have to clear episode 4, chapter 1010. So you have to beat entire thing of episode 4 to get his side story. Which means, from here on out, they're never gonna run a hero side story. So if you want to have one up every 2 weeks on a normal side story, you have to select your own and start running side stories in downtime. Okay. So I don't know if I like this new system then. Because the side stories were just nice to be able to have up. But then again, now I guess you can pick what you want to be up. Okay. I'm trying to walk through this because this feels a little weird to me. So, if I understand this correctly, we have because this is from last patch. We now have the new side story system, which it now gives you where you beat the side story, you get the currency thing to unlock the summon for the side story. Now, in his case, his banner's being run now. You won't be able to summon for him until 6 months from now. Hey Siri, what is 6 months from today?
It's Tuesday, the 25th of July, 2023.
Yeah, so July 27th, you'll probably be able to summon for him in the side story. Unless you get him before then. So if you don't summon after this 2-week period. Alright, so we now have side stories running there. To where we go in and we do our normal side story, where we go in and grab the side story. So that means now the only thing we're gonna get side story wise is the special event ones. Collab based ones or like the 3-week long events. Those are the only ones we're gonna get on our own. So if you don't start one of these up and keep maintaining one, you honestly at this point I think now need to do side stories at the least likely to summon so that you don't waste your summonable hero thing. Because that I'm still a little unsure of. Alright, well let's move on. So he's gonna have the lead hero buff, obviously, and Junie and Mui will have increased health and attack. Alright. So stage difficulties for those of you who are gonna be going after this, which at this point, this actually rules out a lot of players because there's not gonna be a lot of players who are gonna be able to beat Hell and beat the chapter 4.10.10. So, but still, for those, we'll just say it, for those who do, beat the highest stage that you possibly can, yada yada yada, and clear the hardest one that you possibly can, and to be as efficient as possible. Molagora Habitat will unlock at the end, Goblin's Den will unlock at the end, and the exchange will have Bihu's catalysts. So again, try to buy everything out now because you can only access these once. Completing an ongoing side story and starting a new one. So yeah, so if you want to end the side story progress and start a new side story, you can use a change ticket to select and proceed with a different hero side story. You can use your change ticket once every 2 weeks. And the unused ticket will reset at reset time. The change ticket will reset at 3 a.m. on Thursday. So literally, it's the reset of whenever server resets on Thursdays for a 2-week period. And then starting a new here at different side story ongoing will close and no longer be available, meaning it's gone. So don't do it. Finish your damn side stories. Holy crap. And then side story summon Bihu will be available. Please refer to the 119 update 6 months after. Why can't you just say July 27th instead of saying 6 months after? It's so much easier to say July 27th, 2023 instead of 6 months later. All right, so yeah, and with the side story revamp. All right. Again, new unit, new content, Pog! Alright, 4-star Peacemaker Furious, Awaken's final bastion who fights for peace. So, glory to Awaken, Peacemaker Furious is here. He's still a ranger, he's dark, he's Scorpio, and let's read his skills. Alright, corner them. Swiftly attacks the enemy, increases combat readiness of the caster by 15%. When used on the caster's turn, has a 40% chance to grant an extra attack of the same skill, damage dealt proportional to the caster's defense. Okay, that's weird. So, okay. Set in motion. After Awakening, increases speed of all allies for 2 turns, grants fury to the caster for 3 turns before granting an extra turn. So he's an extra turn unit as well. Dominial will enjoy this. So he can increase speed and then go into his S3, most likely. All right, oh no, it's focus based. So is Fury misspelled for focus? Anyway, we'll assume it is or isn't. I don't know. Attacks immediately with a huge explosion, decreasing combat readiness by 30%. When the caster's defense is greater than the target's defense, penetrates the target's defense with penetration rate increased proportional to the difference, up to the maximum of 60%. Damage increased proportional to the caster's defense, removes 10 souls from the enemy. So he's going to remove souls to stop you from book burning, or just from doing that. But he's a ranger, so don't fear, because they're going to build him fast. He's going to use his S1, and then you're just going to one-shot him because you have all these fantastic units that penetrate defense. So, yep, Furious is garbage, and yeah, I'm sorry, guys. All right, number 5 and 6. So you have Bihu in the Sphere of Inferno is going to be available from 126 to February 9th. To summon him, and Arya will be up for this week up until Groundhog's Day, 126 to 22, and yeah, basically both of these are skips. Unless you're just a degenerate cleaver, then sure, go forth, have fun, summon Bihu, but don't get mad when people start wrecking you. All right, number 7, Powder Shop item list rotation. Cradle of Life, Noble of Oath, Shepherd of Hollow, Idol's Cheer, Hell's Cutter, Highling Lance, Caladra, Infinity Basket. Nothing there worth to buy. That sucks. Coin Shop item list renewal will start on February 1st. Crowl, Flan, and Bassar. Nobody needs to be buying those. I guess if you don't have Crowl, buy Crowl dupes. Galaxy Coin Shop, 3 Moonlight Heroes, Light and Dark. So Ruel, Arc Demon, and Designer Lilibet. Basically, for those of you who don't have Ruel, probably pick up Ruel. And then other improvements and adjustments, World Arena Global Bands will be Bihu, Sphere of Inferno, and Hero Peacemaker Furious, 126 to 24. And that's it for the update notice. That's literally it. So I don't know about you guys, but we finished the Advent side story in a day. And yeah, now we're just farming other stuff. Does anybody have any questions related to the update notice? I'll give you guys like 45 seconds to do this. If not, we're just gonna call this video done. Because I don't really see a whole lot here to go over. And other than the stupid question of should you summon, they're all normal limits. No, I'm not gonna use Bihu. Him. It's a dude. This is a dude. This is very much a dude. But no, I won't summon for it. I don't summon for most non-limited units that bring me value, or I typically don't summon for cleave units either. That's what this is. This is another cleave type unit. I don't do that stuff. We laugh in their face as they do their stuff, and they blow all their tricks, and then it's like, well, I'm still standing. Well, time to do some killing. And they die. So basically it's a trash unit for me, but sure. Yeah, he's gonna increase, I'm assuming this is his burn damage by 30%. People are getting a little of, they're getting a little, excited thinking this is gonna do Aramentha and all that other stuff, but I mean, if this ends up on a Guild War defense, I'm literally Ricardo and Celine, and 2 units are about to die. So if somebody gets the Gigabrain idea to do Ran, Payro, whichever one, Iseria, and Bihu, guess what? Celine and ML Ricardo are about to come out and clap your cheeks. Don't even bother doing it. Celine's gonna pop one of these, and probably Iseria at that point, and then Ricardo's gonna end up popping Bihu. So, I'm not worried about this one bit when it comes to... Actually, there's a chance they might actually go after Bihu. They might try to build him higher attack now. Just to see if Iseria can get the stun off and to detonate her bombs and stuff. But I see that totally being paired with her. Because of her CR push, his CR push, this is... it's gonna happen. I can see it. All right. Thoughts on the change to side story? I just went over that. But TLDR, I think you know what I think. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video, and y'all take care, enjoy. We'll be back next week, and I'll see you guys in the next one.